Hi everyone, I'm Lucy from Sew Essential and I'm here today to share the latest trends for spring with you. So I've picked out some of the key trends that I've spotted on the catwalks and in the high street, and then I've picked out patterns that you could use to recreate the look and paired them with gorgeous dressmaking fabrics as well, all available on our website. You'll find the link to our website and all the products I mentioned below. And if you like what you see today, please like and subscribe, because every Friday I'll bring you a video packed full of sewing goodness. And if you can't wait a whole week, do check out our other social media accounts, which I've linked below, where you'll find posts from us daily. So let's get started then. Super excited about this video because there are definitely some new ideas starting to come through. I feel like the last few trends videos I've done, there's definitely been a big theme for peasant style dresses, I call them, like this one that I'm wearing today, which has got a tiered skirt and quite sort of loose fitting through the body. And I've still got a lot of love for these dresses. There's still loads of these patterns available on our website, but you know, it was nice to see some new ideas coming through as well. And I know that this isn't everybody's cup of tea, so I thought that I would share some of the alternative new exciting ideas with you. So as I said at the start of the video, everything I mention, it's linked below, so do hop on and find the patterns and the fabrics on our website. So the first trend I want to talk to you about was, I'm really excited about, super wearable, perfect for every day, but a really interesting new idea that I just wouldn't have thought of, which is to pair cargo pants or utility trousers or combat trousers, you might call them. So like fairly tapered, not overly loose, fairly tapered combat trousers with like patch pockets on. With a loose flowing shirt on the top, and that just literally would never occur to me. I used to wear combat trousers and cargo trousers back in the 90s, so we've definitely seen a lot of 90s trends around at the moment, so I guess that's where that's come from. But I would never ever think to pair it with a shirt, and I just thought it looked like a really lovely classic everyday look that would be totally comfortable and easy to wear, but you know, you'd feel super on trend, which is always nice. So lots of patterns that you could create this look with on our website. The cargo pant pattern I chose is McCall's 8099, which runs from a small to an extra large. So the small is a 24 waist, 33.5 hip, and the extra large goes up to a 37 waist and a 46 hip. There might be another size in this, just check on the website, because there might be a larger size. Sometimes there are in the McCall's patterns, and it looks like there probably is actually. I should have checked that, but all the details will be on the website, so do check it out. But yeah, nice sort of relatively tapered leg, patch pockets, elasticated waist, which is nice and easy to fit, and then an elasticated cuff at the ankle on the one view. There's another view where there's no cuffs around the ankles and they're just left loose. And then little pockets at the top here as well, and just great for this look really. I think they'd be relatively easy to make as well. If you haven't made trousers before, something like this that isn't super fitted is always going to be easier. So the fabrics they suggest are cotton blends, denim, poplins, twills, that sort of thing. And I saw, with the trend, I saw brightly coloured trousers paired with white shirts, and then I also saw more neutral coloured trousers like khakis and that sort of thing paired with pastel coloured shirts. So I've got a few options here for you. So for the trousers, we've had some more colours in the Seven Berry cotton twills, which are just absolutely perfect for this sort of thing. So I've got this gorgeous sort of lipstick pink, I would call it, here, which would be great, a great option paired with a white shirt. Or I've also got this lovely olivey green colour here, which would nail that trend wonderfully as well. They're just such beautiful quality, these are. People have been going mad for them. We've got loads of lovely colours on the website. We've also got a bright orange, which was on the catwalks a lot for the fashion shows for spring summer this year, so do check those out. And then the shirt pattern I chose, again, loads of options on our website. We do the Archer shirt by Grey 9 Studios. We've got loads of the Big Four shirt patterns on, but I chose the classic shirt by Liesl & Co, which runs from a 0 to a 20. So the naught is a 32.5-inch bust and the 20 is a 46-inch bust. The naught is a 25 waist and 35 hip, and the 20, size 20 is 38.5 waist, 48.5 hip, but it also comes with cup sizes, so if you have issues fitting in the bust area, that's really useful for you. So again, you can use lots of different fabrics with this, from like lightweight cottons, denims, chambrays, that sort of thing. We've got a lovely chambray fabric on the website that would work really well, but we've also got a lot of the shirts were quite floaty that I saw, because I suppose you then get that lovely crisp, edgy, structured look of the cargo pants, and then with something the sort of floatiness of a shirt on the top, a loose fitting floaty shirt on the top. It's just a nice contrast. So I chose some of our Swiss dot fabric. We've got this in a range of colours, but this is the white. I thought that could work really well to make a nice, and you'd wear like a cami top or something underneath it. That was generally the trend, wearing a cami top, leaving the shirt open and flowing over the cargo trousers. But yeah, we've got the white in this Swiss dot, and also a range of other colours that you could choose from as well. Or if you wanted to go with the idea of doing like the olive coloured trouser and then a more pastel-y coloured shirt, we've got double gauze as well, which also comes in white, but also comes in some nice pastel-y hues like this baby blue sort of colourway, and then we've also got a pink colourway as well, and they're just lovely fabrics for summer. Swiss dot and cotton gauze, double gauze, sorry. They're really lovely fabrics for summer because they're cotton, they're soft, they're lightweight. The Swiss dot, sorry, is a viscose, I believe, but again, all the details are on the website, so do check out the links below and you'll be able to find all the fabrics and patterns I'm mentioning. So the next trend I wanted to talk to you about is there's a couple of trends with tops that I saw going around, which again are quite new and quite different to what we've seen the last few seasons. So firstly, ruching. I saw quite a few t-shirts with ruched and gathered fabric on them. So it was a fitted silhouette, but then the fabric's been gathered and ruched to create a design detail. And I thought, oh, that's a nice alternative to, you know, some of the styles we've seen in recent seasons. So the pattern I chose to recreate this look was Simplicity 9451, which is one of their most recent releases. And there's several options with this pattern, long sleeved or sleeveless. And then lots of different options for ruching and gathering the fabric. So, and nice to have those long sleeves. It's a knit pattern, so you can use a nice lightweight knit fabric, which is perfect for spring, really. Perfect for those days when, you know, it's a bit in between on the weather. You're not quite ready for those short sleeves yet. This runs in sizes 6 to 22. So the 6 is a 30.5 bust, 23 waist and 32.5 hip, and the 22 is a 44 bust, 37 waist and a 46 hip. And as I say, it's a knit pattern, so you need a fabric with a good amount of stretch in it, and the fabric I chose is our Ritual fabric, which is a John Caldor. It's got lovely drape and movement. I would use a dark colour on this for this top, and I've chosen this royal blue, which I think would work really well. And you can see there from the movement of the fabric how well that's going to work for that ruching and draping, and a lovely bright colour to keep in with the trends of the bright colours, which are so popular. I think after the last couple of years that we've all had, I think everyone's embracing fun, and I think they're calling it endorphin dressing or something along those lines. You know, the bright colours can give you a lift and elevate your mood, so I think everybody's up for a bit of that at the moment after the last few years. So that was the ruching trend. And then the other trend I spotted, which is really quite prominent, and I think initially you might think, oh, that's going to be a bit too, this is my personal opinion, I was like, oh, how would I wear that? That might be a bit too revealing. Is there's lots and lots of tops and dresses with cutouts, so sections of fabric cut out. but actually Vogue did an article on the fact that there are loads of classic ways to wear this trend. There are loads of beautiful dresses with little subtle cutout details and tops with subtle cutout details that can work really well and be very, very wearable. And when I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, actually I really like this. And there are some beautiful dress patterns on our website with cutouts, absolutely gorgeous. But I went with the top because I thought, you know, it's more easy to wear every day, and I've got a few other dresses in the video coming up. So the pattern I chose was McCall's 8003. So it's a fitted knit top. You've got an option for a little turtleneck or a crew neck, and then just a cutout section on the front. Again, you've got the option for the long sleeves. You can go cropped or you can go longer length and tuck it into your trousers. And I thought this was a really wearable way to do this trend. So the sizes run from a 6, which is a 30.5 bust, 23 waist and 32.5 hip, up to a 22, which is a 44 bust, 37 waist and 46 hip. And again, you need a nice stretch fabric for this, a nice jersey. I chose our John Caldor cotton Cadiz jersey in this lovely lime green, super modern. I've seen quite a lot of these sort of neon-y colours coming through as well, and it's got plenty of stretch and good recovery, and it's a nice it's a decent weight fabric, so it's totally opaque, which is going to be important on a very fitted top like that. And again, we do that in a range of colours as well. There's loads of lovely colours on the website to choose from, and all your neutrals as well, your white and black if you prefer that sort of thing. So the next one I want to talk to you about, I picked out some dresses, and as I say, the last few years I feel like I've shown you a lot of the loose fitting peasant dresses, and I could see that the silhouettes were starting to move away a bit from that now. There was lots of other options as well that were more fitted through the body. So there were wrap style dresses and shirt dresses were really prominent, and I saw a lovely sort of, it was a mixture between the two actually, because it came across the front but then buttoned down the side, and yeah, it really reminded me of the closet case pattern, the LED wrap dress. I thought you could recreate that look of that dress with this pattern really well. So it's a lovely wrap over dress. It's got a grown on sleeve, so there's no sleeves to set in. It's just a nice loose fitting grown on sleeve. It's got pleats at the waist, which again I saw a lot of that pleating at the waist to kind of fit things a little bit more than we've seen in previous seasons. It's got a tie to wrap it over. You can go for a short length or a longer length. You can go for patch pockets if you want to make it more casual and everyday. Lots and lots of options. You can use lots of different types of fabric with this pattern as well to create quite different looks. You can go for really fluid drapey fabrics, or you can go for something more structured. The sizes run from a 0 to a 20, so a 0 is a 31 bust, 24 waist and 33 hip, and a 20 is a 46 bust, 39 waist and a 48 hip. And the fabric I chose for this one is this lovely cotton fabric that we've got. I think it's a cotton lawn, but again, all the details will be on the website. And again, you've just got some great splashes of bold colour and pops of bold colour here to really go for that brightness that everybody seems to be going for. I thought that would work really well for that one. So that was my choice for that dress. And then still on the same dress theme, as I mentioned, I saw shirt dresses, lots of sort of shorter dresses starting to come through. Some of them, for me, are probably a bit short, but you can always, you know, that's the great thing about sewing, isn't it? If you don't want a dress to be particularly short, you can always lengthen it to knee length, and it's still, you know, shorter than the midi or the maxi length that we might have worn in previous seasons. So the few of the dresses I saw, yeah, they were sort of like mini dresses, shirt button down dresses, but again with like pleating at the waist and details like that. I chose to recreate this look, McCall's 8104, which is the dawn dress. Lovely shirt dress, quite fitted through the waist. Comes, the comes up under the bust and curves, the waistline comes up under the bust and curves down at the side seams. Then there's gathers under the bust, and I always think that creates quite a nice shape. I've made dresses like that before. It's got a button band, it's buttoned down. You've got the option to add a flounce or frill at the hem, which again is still very in fashion, still in lots of the high street stores and on the catwalks. And then you've got options for sort of flouncy sleeves, or you can go for a more simple sleeve gathered into a band, different hem lengths as well. So lots of options with this pattern, and just a little bit more fitted again than some of the things we've seen in previous seasons. So the sizes run again from a 6 to a 24 this time. So a 30.5 bust, 23 waist, 32.5 hip, up to a 46 bust, 39 waist and 48 hip. And again, you can use a wide range of woven fabrics for this one. I chose one of our cotton fabrics for it. I just think this fabric is so pretty. It's got this ochre coloured background and then beautiful pops of bright floral colour there, and I think that would work really well for that dress. So that was my choice for that one. The next trend I want to share with you is I saw lots of blouses. I always think blouses are great for spring. I like to wear them with my favourite jeans, put a cardigan on for an extra layer if it's cold, or a little jacket. But you know, if you go for some lovely bright pops of colour in your blouses again, that can really elevate your mood and just elevate your whole look really, because you can pair it again with neutral trousers or skirts or what have you. So I just saw lots of blouses that were sort of a bit more fitted again, a bit more tailored. There's still the loose fitting ones out there, but the designs I focused in on were the ones that were a little bit more fitted but still had the frills and the flounces, still had those very feminine details, puff sleeves, that sort of thing, balloon sleeves. And the pattern I chose to recreate this look was New Look 6560. I absolutely love View A, and I don't know how I haven't noticed this before. I'd always honed in on the more simple version, which is a short sleeve. It's a grown on sleeve again, so no setting in as sleeves, a yoke across the front, might have a yoke, no yoke across the back. It's got fish darts at the back, and it's a wrap over blouse. Again, the wrap over still very much here to stay, still really popular in dresses and tops. Ties at the side, and I'd always focused on the very simple version with finished with a sleeve band, but actually View A has got a long sleeve, looks like it's gathered into elastic, and it creates like that balloon effect, crossover and tie at the front, but a lovely frill around the edge of the blouse. I just love it. I think it's a gorgeous, gorgeous look. Don't forget, all of these are on our website, by the way, guys, and the fabrics too. But yeah, View A, oh, love it, absolutely gorgeous. Really need to make this, just haven't got enough time. This one runs from an 8 to a 20, so a 31.5 bust, 24 waist, 33.5 hip, up to a 42 bust, 34 waist and a 44 hip. And the fabric I chose to make this one in is this gorgeous Moroccan crepe viscose fabric that we got in beautiful colourways. It kind of reminds me a bit of Monet style paintings. It's got loads of wet drape and movement, really lovely fluid fabric, really breathable. And I just think paired with a pair of classic high-waisted wide leg jeans, that would just be such a gorgeous look. So yeah, I hope I get around to doing that. I probably won't. I just need to find more time to sew. But anyway, I'll live vicariously through you guys. Hopefully you'll find the time. The next trend I wanted to talk to you about was another dress trend that I saw. So I saw lots of dresses that were more fitted through the body, but then with a puff sleeve. And I thought this was a really nice move away again from these looser fitting dresses for anybody who prefers a more fitted silhouette. Saw them in ditsy prints, very sort of pretty feminine look, and a lot of them were sort of probably midi length and had a slit up the front. So the pattern I chose to recreate this look was McCall's 8179. So this is a shorter version than probably a lot of the ones I'd seen, and it has got a flounce option at the hem, but it's also got a straight skirt option, and it's got princess seams, so it would be really easy to lengthen that and then to create the slit on one of the princess seams, so really totally recreate that look. The sizes run from a 6 to a 24. It's a McCall's pattern, so I've run through those sizes on one of the other patterns, and they are all on the website. All the details are on there for anyone who needs them. But yeah, great way to recreate that look that I saw. So a sweetheart neckline, princess seams, a nice fit through the body, and then these puff sleeves as a nod to that look that we've seen the last few seasons. And the fabric I chose for this one is this lovely John Caldor Lozano cotton fabric. It's a very dark navy background with these gorgeous yellow flowers on it. I just thought that could work really, really well. I thought it looked fantastic if you recreated that look of that slightly longer hem length, the simple the very simple silhouette on the body with the princess seams and the sweetheart neckline, and then those puff sleeves, and because it's a cotton, it would create a little bit of volume in the sleeves as well, so I think that would work beautifully. And then finally, the last idea I wanted to share with you, I've seen this a lot, I've seen it in so many different places. Seems like people are really going for the blazer dress look, so it sounds like. It's a blazer style dress. So I suppose it's kind of like a bit of a fun take, 'cause people aren't really wearing formal stuff as much anymore. You know, lots of people aren't going to the office or are going to the office less. You know, I think it's just a fun take on a bit of tailoring, really, making it a bit more fun and exciting than your traditional trouser suit or what have you. And Serena in the Sewing Bee, for any Sewing Bee fans out there, created a dress using a pattern for this in the final, I think it was, and we did have that pattern on our site. If it's still current, it'll still be on there. But I also found New Look 6636, which runs in sizes 10 to 22, so it's a 32.5 bust, 25 waist, 34.5 hip, and the 22 is a 44 bust, 37 waist and 46 hip. And I thought you could make that up in our medium weight crepe fabric, which comes in a range of lovely bold colours, but this tomatoey orange colour, sort of tomatoey red, it's like an orangey red. This was on a lot of the catwalks. There was a really big trend for orange that we saw when I was doing the research, so I thought, well, why not have a go in that lovely bold colour and recreate that look. So I hope you've enjoyed my whirlwind tour of the trends for spring 2022. I was overwhelmed and excited by all the ideas and things that I saw coming through, and I hope I've got that across to you guys today. I hope you've enjoyed it. Do jump onto the website, do check out the links below if you want to pick up any of the patterns or fabrics I mentioned, but there's also tons of other stuff on there as well. And if you like what you see, please like and subscribe, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time.